So would you like to tell us something about yourself?
I'm Elaheh, and I am a security researcher. I've been doing a lot of incident response team, and I was doing a lot of malware-related incident triaging and handling incidents related to malware. And I was graduated from University of New Brunswick in Fredericton, New Brunswick. It's a small city, but it's a great university. And I was a research assistant at CIC, Canadian Institute of Cybersecurity. And CIC has a direct connection with a lot of companies in Fredericton. And I was collaborating with a lot of companies, including IBM there. And I was involved with several network security projects there. Then I started my job in Canada as a developer, software engineer, but developing security product and doing analysis for detecting malicious behavior or any abnormal behavior. And so malware reverse engineering and analyzing software was the most interesting thing to me. And so I switched from development to more specific security stuff. And I joined Google, and I did, as a contractor, I was doing software reverse engineering then. And yeah, I'm doing software reverse engineering since then, doing both mobile and PC software reverse engineering basically. And right now I am a self-employed researcher. I'm doing some bug bounty in my free time. And that's me in a nutshell.
Right. So in terms of, as you mentioned, the transition from being developer towards an analyst, so how do you feel yourself being a woman? Because since you worked in so many companies, so how do you see the role of a woman and as yourself in that position?
Yeah, a lot of people might think being a woman means that you have a lot of other problems that guys don't, and it might be harder to get into the industry. But it wasn't the case for me, maybe because I was lucky or I don't know, but that was not my experience of getting into the industry part as a woman. I've never had any big problem because I was a woman. And actually, I was lucky to be working with a lot of companies and a lot of teams of guys, just only guys. But I think you find your way to and you get flexible working around guys, because most of the time you are the only female worker, and that's because we don't have enough female, especially in computer science. And if you go to the reverse engineering side, you basically see very few women doing this. It's awesome to have female workers around you, but if you don't, I mean, there's nothing to stop you from doing what you are trying to. And yeah.
That's right. So would you like to give any message to women who are interested to pursue their career in cybersecurity or specifically in reverse engineering for malware? So what do you suggest?
Anything, and not just reverse engineering. If you love doing security, any aspect, focus on one thing that you like most and try to be qualified and experienced in that field instead of jumping around. It's good to have a little bit taste of everything. I did a wide variety of projects from ML to software reverse engineering and development side. And it was a great experience to me. But if you find something interesting, just focus on that and try to get qualified. And if you're qualified, you wouldn't have any problem finding a job, especially if you're a woman. And my main tip to women is just don't be so stressed all the time. Don't be worried all the time because you're a woman. Don't compare yourself with guys and think they are better than you, or don't be scared of them, because you shouldn't. If you start your first job, I understand I had kind of similar thoughts, but not because I was a woman, because maybe I didn't have enough experience at that time. Experience is the only thing that can just make a difference. It's not your gender, right? And don't think about it. I mean, I appreciate there are a lot of movements to include women in the tech, but basically don't care about your gender. Just do what you want to do, and nobody can stop you. If they are, just ignore them, right? That's my only advice. I don't know if it's helpful or not.
Yeah, thank you so much for such a motivational advice, and we really appreciate it, and thank you so much for being with us in University of Windsor.
Thank you.